In level 4, we learned how to say one can do something, se puede, like an impersonal way of saying what somebody can do, what one can do, what we can do. And this impersonal way of expression is very common in Spanish. So, for example, to ask the question, how do you say something in a different language? How do you say cheese in Spanish? They will say, how does one say cheese in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice queso en español? ¿Cómo se dice? So he or she says is dice. One says is se dice. So, ¿cómo se dice is how do you say? How does one say? So how about this sentence? How do you say lorry in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice lorry en español? ¿Cómo se dice lorry en español? What about, I don't know how you say easy in Spanish. No sé cómo se dice easy en español. No sé cómo se dice easy en español. What about this one? Do you know how you say a problem in Spanish? Do you know how you say a problem in Spanish? ¿Sabes cómo se dice a problem en español? ¿Sabes cómo se dice a problem en español? How about, I wanted to tell him the truth. I wanted to tell him the truth, but I don't know how you say it was a mistake in Spanish. I wanted to tell him the truth, but I don't know how you say it was a mistake in Spanish. Quise decirle la verdad, pero no sé cómo se dice it was a mistake en español. Quise decirle la verdad, pero no sé cómo se dice it was a mistake en español. Incidentally, it was a mistake. We would say fue un error. It was an error. Fue un error. Now to say, how do you spell? This works in a similar way, but we say, how does one write such and such a thing? How does one write? So it's ¿cómo se escribe? ¿Cómo se escribe? So, how do you spell flower in English? ¿Cómo se escribe flower or flor en inglés? That's how we would say it. What about, how do you spell your name? How do you spell your name? ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? And what about, how do you spell your surname? How does one write your surname? And surname is apellido. Apellido. A-P-E-L-L-I-D-O. Apellido. How do you spell your surname? ¿Cómo se escribe tu apellido? ¿Cómo se escribe tu apellido? What about, I don't know how you spell her name. I don't know how you spell her name. No sé cómo se escribe su nombre. No sé cómo se escribe su nombre. How about, I'm not sure how you spell her surname. I'm not sure how you spell her surname. And to be sure is estar seguro. Estar seguro, to be sure. So I'm not sure how you spell her surname. No sé cómo se escribe su apellido. No sé cómo se escribe su apellido. So, cómo se dice and cómo se escribe. Cómo se dice, cómo se escribe. On the same theme, how about if you want to ask the question, what does something mean? What does something mean? And in Spanish, the way they say mean is they use the phrase to want to say. So if we're saying, what does that mean? They will say, what does that want to say? That's the way it translates directly. So, ¿qué quiere decir? What means? What does such and such want to say? So, for example, if a Spanish person reads a word in English and they read the word, let's say, garage, they would say, ¿qué quiere decir garage? ¿Qué quiere decir garage? What does garage mean? Or they see the word to teach written down somewhere and they want to know what it means. They would say, ¿qué quiere decir teach? ¿Qué quiere decir teach? What means, what does this want to say? How would you say, what does país mean? What does país mean? So imagine you've seen the word país and you don't know what it means and you want to ask someone in Spanish. You would say, ¿qué quiere decir país? ¿Qué quiere decir país? How about, what does your name mean? What does your name mean? ¿Qué quiere decir tu nombre? ¿Qué quiere decir tu nombre? What about, my name means peace. My name means peace. And in Spanish, peace is paz, P-A-Z, paz. So you're saying, my name wants to say, my name means, my name wants to say peace. Mi nombre quiere decir paz. Mi nombre quiere decir paz. How about, what does that look mean? What does that look mean? And that look, to look at something is mirar. Well, a look is una mirada, M-I-R-A-D-A, una mirada. So that look is esa mirada. So how would you say, what does that look mean? ¿Qué quiere decir esa mirada? ¿Qué quiere decir esa mirada? And how about, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, I don't know what you want to say. How would we say that? Lo siento, no sé lo que quieres decir. Lo siento, no sé lo que quieres decir. What you mean, what you want to say. Lo que quieres decir. And how about, I don't know what he means with that look. I don't know what he means with that look. No sé. I don't know. So I don't know what he means with that look. I don't know what he wants to say. No sé lo que quiere decir con esa mirada. No sé lo que quiere decir con esa mirada. Now we saw a false friend a while ago. So a false friend is a word that has a similar appearance to an English word, but the meaning is quite different. And that word was un constipado, a cold, un constipado. And here are two more. Actual, which is spelt like actual, but doesn't mean actual. It means current or present day. So actual is current or present day. And so when you say actualmente, you don't mean actually, you mean currently, in the present day. So if we want to say la situación actual, that doesn't mean the actual situation, but the current situation. So actual, our first false friend for this lesson. And the second one is gracioso. Gracioso. Now gracioso doesn't mean gracious, but it means funny. Funny. Gracioso. 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 So not gracious, but funny. How would we say the current recession is very hard? The current recession is very hard. And recession is crisis, as in crisis. Crisis. And it's a feminine word, so it's la crisis. La crisis. So the current recession is very hard would be la crisis actual es muy dura. La crisis actual es muy dura. And how about, we can't carry on with the present situation. We can't carry on with the present situation. No podemos seguir con la situación actual. No podemos seguir con la situación actual. And how about, there's nothing left of the castle in the present day city, the current city. There's nothing left of the castle in the present day city. So castle is castillo, C-A-S-T-I-L-L-O, castillo. So there's nothing left of the castle in the present-day city. No queda nada del castillo en la ciudad actual. No queda nada. There's nothing left. No queda nada del castillo, of the castle, en la ciudad actual, in the present day city, in the current city. La ciudad actual. What about, it's not funny? No es gracioso. No es gracioso. What about, I saw a funny film last week. Vi una película muy graciosa la semana pasada. Vi una película muy graciosa la semana pasada. How about, I don't know how you say funny in French. I don't know how you say funny in French. No sé cómo se dice gracioso en francés. No sé cómo se dice gracioso en francés.